understand social media and the importance of filtering our postings on social media. So I personally would recommend you to do so because 6 years ago, I started my new job in a media company. So obviously, they know pretty much about what you're posting on social media or what you're posting pretty much everywhere. They're just like detective, right? And then, so before I started my new job there, I decided to go to Bali with 6 of my girlfriends. So what can you think of 7 girls going for holiday to Bali? Obviously we're gonna party, right? So like 6 years ago, we don't have this, we never thought that we would have to filter whatever we post on social media because we think social media is just like a diary for us, right? So we post every single activities that we did in Bali. And then the first day I went back to the office. It was my first day, obviously. So then my boss, funnily, he said like, so I see you did some great activities in Bali, yeah? So I know that you had some great times. I was like, okay, that's quite a weird welcoming greeting, but anyway. So yeah, that's why I really recommend you guys to do so, otherwise it would make you feel embarrassed. But too bad today I won't be talking about social media. So I mean, I was thinking that would be really cool if I talk about social media as well, so I can continue the story. But I would like to tell my story. So my name is Mayya, by the way. I'm from Indonesia, and today I'd like to share stories about my experience when I did my student service in Indonesia Deep Village. And I want to share with you as well how I feel about what I see there and what my concerns about my country, which is not so far away from Singapore. So marry me later. Why do I say that? So yeah, now I'm going to talk about the student service I told you about. We call it KKN, but in Bahasa we call it KKN. So it's a concept of linking academic study with a practical experience of community service. So the idea is, through the KKN program, the students are expected to share their knowledge and help local people to improve their lives and motivate them towards self-development. So that's what we do. Before we graduate, we have to make a student service to the Deep Village communities. Where is it? So it's the Jampang Kulon. It's called Jampang Kulon. It's not very far away from Jakarta, actually. So I live pretty much here, the capital. And then if you think of it, 5 hours is not very far away, right, from where I live. And your idea would be, oh, I know, yeah, that's quite funny, right? In Singapore, you would go back and forth for like 8 times maybe. But yeah, so you would never thought, I mean, I would never thought that we lived in the same island, and it's just 5 hours away from where I live. But apparently it's really, really different. I can't see a proper pavement. I can't see kids wearing good shoes or something. So this is my experience. So there I was with elementary school students. They're really, really shy at first, but then after I tried to be close with them, they started to open and they start to be close with me as well. And this is where we live, actually there where we live. It's like a stage house. There's no AC obviously, and you can see the dirt underneath here from the wood where you're gonna sit inside of the house. This is the wood floor, and then you can sneak a peek, then you can see the dirt from down there. And then this is our daily activities. So we would just go to several elementaries that they have there, and then we try to share our stories or share our knowledge through stories, because they are elementary school students. So it was quite an experience, to be honest. And so one day I went to the center of the government office, which is nothing basically, it's just like a stage house as well, and I saw this picture. So apparently it was like it was a main topic of the year maybe in the village. So what do you have in mind when you see about this when you see this picture? So No, it's not her father. So this is Ludviana Ulfa. She's just 12 years old, and by that time, in August 2008, she took by a wealthy 40-year-old Ujiono Chanyo Widiato, which is, I don't know, I could assume that that's going to be like her father, right? But this is a picture of her wedding day. Have you ever thought that 12-year-old kid to be married with 40-something guy? I wouldn't think so, right? So, okay, now I'm going to talk about me and my sister. So that's my sister. Her name is Sheila. We're really, really close. And since we were a kid, we have the same goal and dreams for our future. College at 18 years old. Married at 23. Kids at 25. But like right now, my age is 27. So that clearly doesn't happen at all, right? But yeah, we have 2 kids in total by 27, so I clearly don't have it. I don't even have a pet. So this is the perfect timeline would be, right? You kiss with your boyfriend, and then you fall in love, and then you get married, and then you have babies. But this is not for underage kids, right? I can't really think of it. So we can plan and hope and even alter our future because we have one thing. Choice, we have a choice. Believe it or not, this day and age, women all over the world don't have this choice. Even worse, the same thing is happening to a little girl. So child marriage persists across countries fueled by poverty, social, and cultural norms. According to Girls Not Brides website, this is actually run by my own friends. The child marriage in Indonesia, due to its populations, Indonesia is among the 10 countries with the highest absolute number of child brides. I mean, I'm from Indonesia and I live in the city. I never thought that is actually happened in my own country, just 5 hours away from where I live. So the fact is, number one, more than 30% of today's women were married before their 18th birthday. Second, some child brides are young as 8 or 9. That is really, really sad. So, now, why does child marriage happen? Apparently, number A, long-held beliefs and tradition. So they have this belief that you have to you have to get your daughter married as soon as possible, because your daughter is like the flower of the house. You can't let them to be ruined. So, number 2, tradition. Families feel pride when their daughter gets married first. For some reason, it's like a competition. So since I was 20, my father and my mom, they're always like, okay, Maya, so when are you going to get married? Oh, come on, I haven't even graduated yet. And then when I told them that I want to get to my master's program, they're going to be like, so when are you going to get married if you're going to go to school old, right? So that's, it's just their mind. So C, for many, it is a perceived economic needs. Because as you may know, Indonesia, yes, it is a big country. Yes, maybe from what you see on the news or something, it is quite okay developed countries, but lots of things that you don't see, lots of things that you don't see in the deep village, and apparently it's as tragic. So apparently Ulfa, the previous girl I told you about, is not alone. This is Fanny Okhara. Apparently she's living not far away from the village that I was doing my student service. So she got married to over 2 decades older than her at 14 years old. Can you imagine that? And then, apparently there's more. Nurul, 14 years old. And here you can see from the picture, she posed awkwardly with his husband. I mean, what you expect from a wedding picture, it would be like when you're just like hugging your husband with your brightest smile on that day. But here it's just like, okay, I don't really want to be next to that guy. So, progress is possible. Yeah? Well, you can't really see it, but progress is possible. I hope there will be a progress, but please. So, but how? But how, yeah? So I realized that when I review some regulations of my own country, The government needs to review Indonesian law number 1 from 1974 that sees 16 years old as minimum age for marriage for female. Why? Because the marriage law mentioned has created legal uncertainty and contractness. Because in the child protection law, which defines those below 18 years old by minors, so you can see there is a contradictive situation there, because they are able to get married at 16, but the child protection law says that those below 18. So that has to be changed. Obviously, not a single simple solution, but through awareness, knowledge sharing, partnerships, long-term programming, and learn from success and failures, we can end child marriage in a generation. So there won't be any story like Ulfa or Fani and Nurul. Please, if you would like to, please help my friends as well in doing a pledge, and then you can check it out on the www.girlsnotbright.com.